Chapter 1. The find that sparked the fire was supposed to be a peaceful weekend. I had taken my fishing rod down to the lake behind my new home, eager to relax after a grueling week. The lake had always drawn me to the property, serene, surrounded by trees and perfect for early morning fishing. But no sooner had I cast my line than a golf cart came screeching to a halt behind me. Out stepped Brenda, the president, clipboard in hand and judgment written all over her face. "You're not allowed to fish here unless you have an HOA-approved permit," she snapped. I was baffled. I owned the property backing onto the lake. Yet, within days, I received a certified letter in the mail, a $500 fine for unauthorized recreational use of shared HOA resources. That was the moment I realized that HOA didn't just monitor lawns, they tried to control everything. But they had no idea who they were messing with. Chapter 2. Digging deeper into the HOS web, I dove into the HOS documents. It turned out the lake wasn't owned by the HOA at all. It was privately held by a local land trust that leased access rights to the HOA on a yearly basis. This shared amenity was something the HOA only rented, not owned. They didn't even have exclusive rights to it. I saw an opening. I reached out to the trust, posing as a local investor interested in waterfront land. After a few conversations and some negotiations, they admitted they were tired of dealing with the HOA's entitlement and late payments. They were open to selling if the price was right. I made an offer. It hurt my bank account, but I closed the deal within 3 weeks. Suddenly, I wasn't just fishing from the lake, I owned it. Chapter 3. Rewriting the rules of the water. The HOA board didn't find out until a week later when they sent me another fine, this time for placing a private property, signed by the dock. I responded by sending them a cease and desist letter. As the legal owner of the lake, I revoked their lease effective immediately. Overnight, the signs changed. No trespassing, lake closed to public access, and fishing prohibited by order of owner signs were installed. Cameras and motion detectors were placed near former access points. The HOA tried to argue, threaten, and even bring in lawyers. But my deed was airtight. For once, they were the ones without power, and the residents furious, but their anger was aimed at the HOA, not me. Chapter 4. Neighborhood revolt and the HOA's collapse. The residents went ballistic. Hundreds of families had enjoyed the lake for years, and now their dues were still being collected, but the lake was off limits. Parents complained, kids cried, and elderly couples who loved their morning walks by the water were turned away by security. When word spread that the HOA had no real ownership of the lake and had lied for years, outrage boiled over. At the next HOA meeting, dozens of neighbors demanded resignations. A petition to dissolve the HOA was circulated and gained traction quickly. Several board members stepped down under pressure. Brenda, once the queen of neighborhood tyranny, was forced to resign amidst jeers and threats of lawsuits. The very system that had fined me for fishing was now crumbling. Chapter 5. Redemption and one rod cast at a time. In time, I reopened the lake, but on my terms. I offered annual memberships to non-HOA residents and allowed public fishing with permits I issued directly. Ironically, many neighbors ended up buying those permits just to enjoy the lake again, but I banned the HOA board members for life. The power dynamics had shifted, and now everyone knew you don't mess with someone who does their homework. Especially not when that someone's idea of revenge includes purchasing an entire ecosystem. And as I cast my line into the peaceful waters once more, this time alone, I smiled, not out of spite, but from the quiet satisfaction that I had taken back control with strategy, not rage. The lake was mine now, and with it the peace I was always searching for.